Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is part 1 of a two-part guest video from NovaGundam in the Jesta Shezarr Team Type B. I got this myself, and I've been trying to get a good round with it, but Nova got a couple of good rounds, so we're going to run them both. I did not get a particularly good round in the XS Gundam. I am running over his shoulder, but that's okay. Demolition Hound is in the Ifrit Schneid, and I believe Moko is in the Banshee. So, yeah, got a pretty good team here. The Jesta Shezarr Type B has, well, it primarily has most of the Jesta's other weapons. It has the shield missile launcher, it has the beam rifle, which can fire in 3-round bursts when charged, and it has the hip grenade launcher. It even has the guard ability that the standard Jesta has. What sets it apart is it also has this mega beam launcher. It is an interesting weapon. If you charge it while scoped out, it takes about 10 seconds and fires a sustained beam, a Garo B type beam, beam barf. However you want to go with that. If you charge it while you're scoped in, it takes about a second and does piercing. So, very rapid piercing. As you can see, it just did about 4,500 damage in a few seconds? Yeah, because you can fire this incredibly fast. I don't think I've overheated it much. Nova just put out enough damage to do it, but it takes some doing, because it cools down relatively well. So, yeah, you can get a lot out of the scoped-in version of that, and because it has good range and because it has piercing, it's not bad at all. It does have some build stun, but it's not instant stun the way that the sustained beam would be, or the way that the standard Jesta beam rifle is. So, it's all kind of a question of picking your tools in your moment, as usual. But the thing about the Mega Beam Launcher version is the fact that, it's kind of best used while other people are engaging whatever your target may be. And, okay, yeah, that Shezarr Type A just kept right on going because it realized that everybody was going to go after it the second it tried to grab Nova. It does have stealth, though, so... yeah, that thing is a raid with a heavy attack, a special flying ability, and level 3 stealth, and it's just kind of nuts. This is probably not on that level, but it's still quite good, and I enjoy using it, even if I haven't gotten anything I am satisfied with up to now. But again, I appreciate Nova sending these along, because that way I can just relax and use it to use it, and I'll probably end up learning more than I would have otherwise. But yeah, it's a pretty good support. I have the level 2, which is a 700. I want to say, well, since there's a Banshee and a new Gundam here, this is a 700 room, so this is probably the level 2 as well. Might be the level 1, but it does put off enough damage to, justify going in 50 points down, I think. But yeah, one thing to know about the multi-mode Mega Beam Launcher is it kind of takes a little bit of forethought, because if you start holding the attack button before you scope in, you'll get the long charge for the long beam. If you hold the button after you scope in, you'll get the short charge. So you just kind of have to be a little bit deliberate in how you handle it at some points, in a way that, because this is a kind of a new ability I'm not used to having to do. So it's taking a little practice. That said, you can also, if you need to, scope back out once you have charged the quick beam, and it will still work as a quick beam. So, and that was a good shot. Hit at least a couple of people. Yeah, just firing down the hall there and just tagging everything. Yeah, so. Yeah, getting, looks like might, a lot of low health people here, so hopefully we'll be able to mop up. I know I'm trying to land some shots where I can, wherever I happen to be. I think I'm nearby. I'm probably nearby. I hope I'm nearby, because again, there's a lot of stuff here that could use killed. But yeah, Nova's already got the knack of it, as you can see. And yeah, that's the other thing that I'm sure will get adjusted eventually. Occasionally the heat gauge is not quite, is showing for firing the other mode, so I think it depends on whether when you first pull the trigger, whether you're scoped in or not. But yeah, sometimes those, sometimes it'll show you on the verge of overheat with the quick beams when it would only overheat if you used the scoped out beam. But yeah, it is an interesting thing, and I, like I said, want to spend more time with it. And let's see, I'm not sure where I am at the moment. I might be to the left, might be down on the ground getting killed. I honestly do not remember. Again, this was more than 2 days ago, so I have not retained the memory for that long. Here comes the Shezarr Type A, which is using its flying ability to try and get to Nova, but Nova just tanked the heavy attack. It has gone back into stealth mode and is probably waiting to come up at another angle. Hopefully whoever is behind Nova will keep an eye on it for him, because yeah, it is nope, they didn't. That's a shame, because yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody was back there. Maybe they got broken off from the group, or maybe they got killed, but yeah, they unfortunately they got past, and the Type A managed to heavy Nova. Again, it's if it came up behind both of them, there's just no way that the person with the stealth, not necessarily any way that the person could have reacted fast enough. So it's, that's the Shezarr Type A did what it's set up to do. It's not exactly like there's a question of somebody being at fault here. So doesn't make it, I'm sure, any less frustrating for Nova, but it just, again, Shezarr's doing what Shezarr does. Luckily, Nova is pelting it pretty hard, caught the Sazbi behind it, and yeah, it's keeping it locked down far away from him very well, which is kind of the key. I think somebody else got it. I just got killed, so I might have hit it with the beam smart gun on my way out the door. I'm not sure. But, okay, somebody else got that, but yeah, they are, this has been a pretty good fight. We started out with a really big lead. They managed to catch up, and now we are managing to, get a little bit ahead again. So, nothing wrong with that. And, yeah, we've got it, though, because we are about, we're about 2,500 points ahead, I think, in the final reckoning, and that's enough, so... I mean, 1 point is enough. It just luckily we don't have to push to take the lead back at the last second, which is always hard. Nova got top damage at 121k. Demo got a great score. Moko got good assists, and I was there. So that is this round. We will be back in a moment with the next one. And here in round 2, we've got NovaGundam's perspective on the Noisy Fairy Todesritter round I ran the other day, which he titled Underground Fight Club. So, yeah, I don't think I spent, except for a few times in the tunnels, I don't think I spent quite as much time underground. So that should be an interesting way to see things. But yeah, I really like this Jesta. I believe there's a Type C as well, which I think has a different kind of gun. Might be a large missile launcher or something, I'm not sure, but I believe there is a Shezarr Type C, and there's the big gun, which I don't think it hit for the maximum possible damage, though since it does have type disadvantage against that mobile suit, it might have done. But yeah, I just like having the option, and also the sustain beam does not overheat the weapon, so if you really need to, you can fire the sustain beam and just go right on to firing the quick beams. See, somebody has gotten a hold of Nova here, which is... I'm not sure what that is, but sure we'll see in a second. I think it's Banshee, because I think I saw a big arm. Yep, that's Banshee. And, yep, it's going to dive right in. Dove right past, and luckily... luckily, I believe Demolition Hound was right there. Yep, in the standard Sinanju. So it is standard Sinanju is pretty good. I haven't run it in forever, but I may have to give it another look sometime soon. I don't. I don't what? I don't know what I don't, but I sure don't. I don't think I use its mobile shooting ability enough, because I would like to, because you can use the rifle while boosting to, once you activate that ability, you can only do it once per life, but it really does make a difference. Okay, good shot on that Moon Gundam. It is going to be dead in a second. Yeah, Nova's going down. Good Vulcan kill there. The Vulcan charge is still one of my favorite moves in this game, because, like I've said before, mobile suits should be mobile. They should be able to attack while moving, while boosting as much as possible. So things like, things like Vulcans, things like the aquatic mobile shooting skill, things like the Sinanju's skill really do kind of add something to the game, I think. Now that we've started getting, Shezarr custom mobile suits, some of his better known things, like we've got the Gelgoog, I would love to see a Shezarr Zaku that can use the mobile shooting skill with either its machine gun or bazooka, if not both. But that would just be great. But I'm anything they want to add to the game, I'm happy to see. I'm happy to try. I just, I obviously, since I'm still playing it 4.5 years later, I really like this game. And I like it more when I get a chance to play with friends, which, what I'm doing now, because it really does make a difference. Even just playing with, playing with a friendly group for the exhibition match last week, that was just really nice. So, and yeah, I enjoyed that. Like I said, if they invite me back, I will go, and I will probably screw up whatever stream I'm doing again. But I'll figure this out. Now that I've got a new graphics card, I might be able to route things through OBS and get all the sound working a little bit better. But that was not in the cards in a stream I decided to do last second a couple weeks ago. That is still up there, though, and if you want to see the whole thing, I pretty much streamed the whole thing start to finish, and so did some other people, where you can actually hear all the other voices on my team. So there is, I believe, a copy of the stream on the Gundam Explained channel. I really should link to that, but if you've, actually they got featured in a tweet from the Gundam official Twitter today. So if you, so that is an option if I go brain dead, and today being the day I recorded this, not the day it's airing, but that is an option. If you, if I forget to link them, and apologies, I probably will, because brain is mush sometimes, and it's been a mushy day. Woke up, had to run out and get a prescription from my father, and just got delayed on all the stuff I usually do. Matter of fact, I just realized I need to take the pill I usually take about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Oops. It currently being 12:15. So yeah, I better go do that when I'm done this. But yeah, so weird day. Not a bad day, but a weird day. And also, this is not going to run till at least Thursday, when it is moot. So I also finished up the preview of the Atlas Gundam I was given access to this morning, or maybe it was last night. Brain, come on. You know where things happened, but actually maybe it doesn't. But that's just how the brain is. But yeah, I finished that up. It's looking really interesting. I want to give it a try, and boy, just the ability to de-transform things is going to be a game changer, I feel like, in the way that Psychomu Jack was. We'll have to see how that works out, but it's like I said in the video, I think it's going to be fun to see just groups of Atlas Gundams fighting each other and shooting each other out of the sky, landlocking them. That's going to be a party, because as far as I can tell, nothing in its skill set seems to mention immunity to its own ability. So that is, that's going to be kind of like dueling Psychomu Jacks on like the Fenix. It's gonna be a thing. But yeah, it's looking forward to seeing how the Atlas comes out. Now is not quite the time for me to go all out on a 7-step 4-star banner, but I'm gonna roll what I do have and hope. So see what happens. But yeah, so far this round going very well. We are up about 5,000, 6,000 points. Not quite a 2-to-1. It gets 2-to-1ish near the very end, but yeah, it's it was a good round. I feel like the Totus Ritter is still. It's always been hard to use for me just because of the sheer number of weapons, and the question is, how well you can figure out what to use where. And again, I've mentioned it before. It's the whole YouTuber curse thing. The fact that I can't really focus on very many things most of the time because I'm working on different requests or things I haven't covered, etc., etc. So, I'm really good with most of the Gogug series, especially the early production and the A-type, and everything else I'm gonna be at best maybe slightly above average with, unless I really get time to practice it. That's just kind of the curse of the thing. Here's the big beam. Anybody going to catch the big beam at the end? Nope, but it gets fired just for, demonstration's sake, and that's fine too. And yeah, it was a good round. I forget who got top score. I don't think it was me. Maybe it was me. Yes, it was me, but Nova got top damage at 116k. And yeah, like I said, the Shezarr Type B is a lot of fun, so thank you, Nova, for sending these along. I really appreciate it. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! Oh yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but Premium Bandai announced a new G-Frame set recently, and it is fantastic. Of course, G-Frame Full Armor 04, which I'm still trying to get my hands on, has Burning Gundam, aka God Gundam, in it. And I think it's the first time that Burning Gundam goes hyper mode in G Gundam. It just for, effect's sake, catches Master Gundam in a gigantic glowing hand. So the set not only comes with a gold colored hyper mode Burning Gundam, it comes with a gigantic burning finger hand to hold other G Gundam G-Frame figures in. That is a fantastic idea, and I want it.